it would seem. You know, maybe do the hair
I
as well.
need one too. You and me both, buddy. Yeah, all these students are really scared.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
But from what we hear, it's a modified lockdown, but it just goes to show you the hierarchy of evolution of news. These students aren't waiting to find out what happens. They're texting, you know, and tweeting their local news anchor and saying what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So hello, Jeffrey Powers. Good to see you.
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm doing good.
Hi,
Hey, do you have any links to Google Glasses that we can pull up while you're talking?
Oh, I just thought you were going to do the little video while we were talking.
I don't think we got that in our CMS, but if you've got a website that you'd like us to share, we'd be happy to pull it up. Thanks a lot.
We need a sign there carrying that mental.
I just posted something from The Guardian, too, a second ago.
Yeah, why don't you just use the generic ones?
Okay. If there's any way, let's see, it's just hard for me to pull it up in the touch screen, so let me figure out how I can do that.
Would the page for the project page help?
Yeah, that would be great.
Can I find that and throw it in for you?
That'd be awesome. I can't do it on this. I can do it on my laptop, but I can't pull it up.
It's much easier for us to type for you.
Yeah.
Right. So, Sarah, it's in the chat box. Can you get that?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, Captain.
Tyler, what was that you just shared?
Jeffrey.
That was the Columbia Tribune's little snippet about the lockdown, but there's no information really.
I think that
Is this an official page?
I'm just pulling up a link that's on there.
The Google Glasses, you asking?
You guys had a good Easter, Jeffrey? Hi, Eric Rice. Good to see you too, fella.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, you got to love that voice. It's not just the microphone, it's just pure Eric.
He's got good pipes.
I'm working on a new studio today, so I'm just kind of in and out, wandering around. Not ready to talk about Google Glasses because I don't have my shtick down.
Today on U-News, a weekend shooting in Columbia kills a teen. Now prosecutors are deciding how to charge the suspect. A new kind of mammography is coming to mid-Missouri. A raw egg drop from a helicopter that involves 7,000 eggs. We'll show you that video. And later we'll have our U-Tunes local music mix with music from the Goldbugs.
And on this Monday morning, we're already warmed up to 62 degrees, headed today for a high of 70. The forecast is coming up.
And what do you do when you combine video clips of 85 dancers from 22 countries? Get your dancing shoes on. U-News starts right now. I don't have IFB, just so you know. It fell behind my back.
Oh.
And I will try to retrieve it as we speak. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it now.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Okay.
Everything back to normal?
Uh-huh.
Okay, bye. Here we come.
It is Monday, April the 19th. Hello to everyone on our cyber couch today. We are so glad that all of you joined us. Hey, gang, and welcome to U-News. We hope that you're having a good start to the Monday. This is a newscast that is both on air and online as well. You can hit me up on our Facebook page, Twitter, Google+. We also have a live chat going on right now on our streaming newscast page. That's at the very top of KLMU.com. Now we want to get to our top story. Rockbridge High School is on a modified lockdown at this hour. KLMU's Todd Dominion joins us now live from the scene with new information. Todd?
14 and 15 are gone.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
So, who's the first one? No, 40. Okay.
All right, bottom line there, the kids are safe. Thousands showed up in Rolla for a chance to get some Easter eggs dropped from a helicopter this weekend. Here's that video from the Christian Life Center posted on its Facebook page of 7,000 eggs dropping from a chopper. Christian Life Center gave away passes to Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor, and some child bicycles as well. It said the crowd of several thousand was more than anticipated and apologized that some kids didn't receive the eggs. It says next year it will plan for a larger crowd in Rolla. Dave?
Sarah, thanks. It looks like we've got a beautiful Monday ahead of us. In fact, it's already underway. Take a look at the map. We've got a cold front that's already moved through. So that's going to shift our winds around, partly to the north, about 5, 10, 15 miles per hour, a little more gusty this afternoon. But by and large, today really looks good. Clear and sunny, 70 for the high temperature this afternoon. For tonight, just a little chilly as we get to work our way through the early days of April. It's going to be down to 39 degrees with mostly clear stuff. And a gradual warming trend for the remainder of the week that also brings with it a chance for more rain toward the latter part of the week. More on the forecast coming up pretty soon, Sarah. Thank you.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. Columbia residents will see quite a bit of construction today. The sidewalk on Walnut Street between 9th and 10th Street will be closed. A portion of 10th Street south of the intersection will also be closed. That closing is due to construction of a building on 10th Street. Also, Columbia Public Works Department is also closing Valley Creek Lane to reconstruct that road so that it aligns with Clark Lane. It should be completed in 3 months. Clark Lane, however, will remain open during that construction. Beginning today, the Columbia Public Works Department will begin overlaying pavement on Columbia streets. In the next 30 days, the department will overlay about 17 sections of different roads all over the city. The process will cause temporary lane restrictions on those roads. Some sections of Ash, 10th Street, Walnut, Vandiver, and Old Highway 63 are slated for overlays. You can visit our website at KOMU.com for a complete list of those roads that are scheduled for improvement. Construction at the state capitol as well. Last week, crews were repairing a crumbling staircase outside the Missouri Capitol building. This project was just one of many planned for state buildings in Jefferson City. Other construction plans this week include repairs on the Missouri Supreme Court building and installing a new heating and air conditioning system. Officials expect that project to cost more than $1.5 million. Holt Summit Board of Aldermen meeting tonight to discuss changes that could impact the city. On the agenda, the board will discuss appointing a new city attorney as well as a city prosecutor. It also plans to make some changes on the transportation enhancement project for the city. If you're interested in attending that meeting tonight, it begins at 7 p.m. That's in the Holt Summit City Hall. Early Sunday, Tulsa police arrested 2 men after a shooting spree that left 3 people dead and 2 wounded on Friday. 32-year-old Alvin Watts and 19-year-old Jake England were roommates, and they're charged with several counts of first-degree murder. A status update on what appeared to be England's Facebook page referred to the 2-year anniversary of England's father's murder. Officials are not sure what that post means, but it was posted just hours before the first shooting and said in part, quote, "If anything does happen tonight, be ready for another funeral later," unquote. Police are investigating whether the murders were hate crimes. A new study reveals a child's risk for developing autism could increase before birth. Of 1,000 mothers studied who were obese during pregnancy, 60% are more likely to have a child with autism and 2 times more likely to have a child with a developmental delay. The conditions that cause a spike in insulin and starve a mother's tissues of oxygen, lowering the supply to the child and also affecting brain development as well. Easter celebration going on today at the White House. More than 35,000 people are planning to join the Obamas on the South Lawn. KOMU8's Vanessa Mancow has that from the social media desk. I guess that sure beats the several thousand in Rolla over the weekend, huh? Okay. And then, do you want to go to, oh, and then we're, okay, gotcha. Jeffrey, you're still good for like 11, 12. It's looking on my rundown. That's where we'll hit. Is that still okay for you?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just...
Okay, 11:18 actually. My producer just said in my ear, so.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, people are chatting on our Facebook page right now, including whether or not this Columbia teen should be tried as an adult. Ray Fleming says he had better be tried as an adult since he was obviously trying to act like one with that gun. Want to know what you think? You can log on our Facebook page right now and tell us. Ever wish you could have set sail on the famous cruise ship Titanic? Relatives of the more than 1,500 people who died on that ship nearly 100 years ago are recreating the famous voyage. One cruise liner, dubbed the Titanic Memorial Cruise, left Sunday from Southampton, England, carrying the same number of passengers that the Titanic did. Those aboard will hear lectures from Titanic experts and also visit the site where that famous liner sank.
Okay, so you're all set, right?
What?
Okay, you're all set, right?
Yeah.
Good. Turn the microphone on.
I turned my mic, yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
No spoilers, please.
Yep.
So you're going to pitch to a backpack here, Sarah?
Yep,
is that
I
correct?
am.
And then you're going to run to 8B, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And we're dropping BO1, right?
And we're dropping
so you're just gonna
BO1.
keep
Okay.
the down there.
You guys are quiet today.
It's up to you.
I sound like folding them.
That's fine.
You're deep in thought, right?
Your choice.
Who, us? Oh, we're typing, actually.
Me too.
Side conversations.
That makes,
Big-
I know.
Big Google Glasses combo.
Mic check, please.
I know, as well as here's your red carpet report. At least 3 generations of the British royal family.
Unfortunately, Tyler, you said several things in a sentence that I don't know what they mean. So I think that's my level of technical competence on this.
Down on the floor.
Yeah, whenever I try to go to turn on my Wi-Fi on my G2
Yeah,
phone,
right directly in front of you.
error. And I don't know why.
45
I
seconds.
tried reflashing the firmware,
Okay, so if the front
and
is up.
it didn't stick, and
No, I'm just saying.
I do this every time.
I just say switch it off, turn on again.
Just goes back
Keep
to
doing
back.
that until it works.
Then it'll agree with
Yeah.
that.
Keep doing it. Eventually, it may not work, but we'll throw away. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't use the get a Mac answer, can I? Yeah.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, bump it on.
So you make sure you don't lose your place on your scripts.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. People are talking a lot about these Google Glasses, Jeffrey. I don't know if you see on what I posted.
Shortly,
Okay. They say, heck yeah, I'd wear them.
5 seconds.
What's that music? John, do you know what the music is? I want to mention that lockdown at Rockbridge High School has been lifted. That happened just moments ago. Let's go live now to KLUH Todd Timoney, who has the latest.
She's on her way. Okay, so evidently they will pitch to you. Have you seen the animation here for Red Carpet? Yeah, your mic will be hot.
Cool.
So you can talk about it.
Awesome. I'm Alex Wolfson. Here's your red carpet report. At least 3 generations of the British royal family attended Easter service yesterday in Windsor. Queen Elizabeth and the Duke of Edinburgh were joined by their granddaughter, Princess Eugenie, and her father, Prince Andrew. The Queen wore a light pink coat and matching cap. The Hunger Games continues to dominate the box office, leading the cast for the 3rd straight week. The Hunger Games brought in $33.5 million over the weekend, making its total haul over $300 million. Second went to sequel American Reunion, the latest in the American Pie comedy franchise. Reunion opened to $21.5 million. And third place went to the three-week release of Titanic, bringing in over $17 million, lifting its lifetime domestic box office total to $626 million. The Biggest Loser features a White House workout. The First Lady appeared on the show last week as a part of the special 2-part series. The second episode is set to air tomorrow night. This is a video of a different White House workout, however, part of Mrs. Obama's Let's Move campaign to fight childhood obesity. And that's it for your red carpet report.
Thanks a lot. 85 dancers from 22 different countries put together their video clips. And this is what you get, bits of toe tapping.
What's the name of the song?
I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, gang.
Sounds very 80s.
You ready, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Oh.
Sure. Sounds good.
Here you go.
And I've got some pictures and video to pull up while you're talking.
Okay. I don't think that G Plus page is the unofficial page though.
Yeah, I just got the link. I got a link from a different site to put in there, so that's the one that I'm gonna use in that respect. So here's what Chris Queen says. I'm at work. Let's see. Heck yeah, I would wear them. The fact that it would be so much better than having to use my phone to do such. I would be able to keep up with the world going around me instead of being focused on the phone. I can't wait to see this in real action. So have they talked about cost? I mean, I've heard 250 to 350. What have you heard anything?
285.
285. And a lot of people are surprised at that. I mean, that seems like I would have expected it to be much.
Well, you also got to remember that this is probably not going to be it's not going to be a full thing. It'll most likely connect up to your smartphone, which is going to be the bulk of the computer use. It's just going to be a Bluetooth. It's just like your Bluetooth ear set.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Maybe you're at the end of the block with caption it. Okay.
Hangout video virus. And you're going to pull the caption up at the control room computer? Just confirming. Do you guys have a question for Jeffrey about Google Glasses? No.
One question would be, do you know if they're looking at interfacing between people?
Okay.
What was that?
Sorry, Jeffrey. I'm wondering, are they able to receive information pushed from somebody else? If it goes through the phone, they would be essentially. So you can communicate into somebody's visual fields.
Most likely, yeah. It's just a microphone sitting on the glasses. It's probably going to use some sort of bone technology to recognize your voice over outside noise.
Right.
We're just coming out here, right?
So if I wanted for you to see a web page, for instance, could I instruct that information to be passed?
Oh, that's a good question. I would guess that's where something like near-field communications would come in, where you would pass a web page over to my phone, which would then receive on the glasses if my glasses could actually.
Okay, stand by, guys.
Shall I ask that?
Welcome back. We are talking about Google Glasses with our tech expert, Jeffrey Powers of Geekazine.com. Jeffrey, thanks so much for joining us. No, those aren't the Google Glasses, but he's going to talk about them. For those people who aren't familiar, how do these work? These are in your field of vision, and it essentially puts a computer in your field of vision. Is that correct?
Well, basically, what it's not the iPhone in the bar, but it's just it's a little device that sits on. Think of it just like your Bluetooth ear set. You put that in to send and receive a phone call. The Google Glasses is going to be the same thing. You're going to have this item that sits on your eyes, or next to your eyes, on your ear, and it'll probably connect up to a smartphone or another device, which will be doing the majority of all the computing. And then this is just going to receive and give you information through a visual status.
So there are people online now who are saying, where do we get some of these glasses? Chris Queen says, I work at the moment, but the fact that it would be so much better than having to use my phone to do such, I would wear them. I would be able to keep up with the world going on around me instead of being focused on the phone. I can't wait to see this in real life action. So people are asking where they can get them and how much would they cost?
Well, first of all, to answer the first question, technically this technology is already out there. When I was at CES, I talked to a company called Recon Technologies. They make eyewear for skiers and snowmobilers. They actually have a set of glasses out there that lets you pair up with your Bluetooth device and communicate back and forth, get music, so on and so forth. Not to the Google Glasses point. Also at CES, we saw another company that came out with an Android device that you could wear, and they were wearing it all around CES. Now, Google Glasses, it really got into the news in the last couple of days because Sergey Brin was wearing it at a function, and Robert Scoble, a noted tech blogger and a videographer, also saw that, and he said he basically had a picture taken with both of them. That's where Sergey pretty much said, this is technology that will be out in months, not years, and so that's what got the crowd excited. As for price, they're saying around $250 to $285, but you got to remember, this is probably, like I said, going to be like your Bluetooth earpiece. It's not going to have computer technology in it. That's where your smartphone comes in.
All right, paired with your smartphone. All right, Jeffrey Powers of Geekazine.com. Always a pleasure to chat tech with you, my friend. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me on there, Sarah.
You bet. Hey, in today's video virus, puppies and chicks, they come together to celebrate Easter. KMOH's Vanessa Mancow has that in your video virus. That was great, Jeffrey. Thank you much.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't talk about the good or the bad of it, but...
We didn't get there, but you know what? Perhaps we could share that right now for people who are watching.
So I guess Doppler Dave...
What would you say would the cons of that be?
Well, the bads, of course, being distractions for people. Some people, if whoever doesn't... Whoever cannot walk and chew gum at I can't even speak. Walk and chew gum at the same time. They'll probably have a problem with that. There's already some mock videos out there that talk about the distractions of the Google glasses, and of course, there's another mock video out there where ads start popping up on the glasses, which I don't think will happen.
That is great. And in our Hangout right now, we're actually talking about some of the cons of those Google glasses as far as distraction goes. So during our commercial break, you can log on to our Hangout and watch it on the streaming newscast page. And Jeffrey Powers is talking about some of the video mock-ups that are going on right now, people actually wearing these glasses and being distracted in what they are doing. We will be back in just a moment. It's all good. It happens to me. It happens to me all the time. So. Yeah, so I'll have to check out those videos. You know, not too long ago here in our studio had a bad fall because I was looking at my phone. You know, I can't imagine. I mean, I would be uber distracted, but I'd still like to try them out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold on, Perry. Sorry.
Well, once you get to, I have a feeling once people get used to them, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I have a feeling we'll also see driving laws come into play with these glasses because they are distractions.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting from a communications point of view between two people, one wearing them, one not, and both wearing them, and how that dynamic goes. Because I notice, you know, how many people respond negatively if you just look down at your phone and you're having a conversation. They treat it as an infringement upon the dynamic of what's been going between you two. So this is going to new technology creates new sort of cultural norms, cultural needs, and attitudes, behaviours that come with it. So I think that's going to be very interesting if it works, which I think Eric is really the man to to comment on.
I'm kind of twitchy right now because I'm finding that the media and bloggers are parroting the talking points of Google, and the expectations are going to be so astronomically high that the reality of this is going to damage the industry. I've worked with augmented reality since 2008 and 2009. Yes, all the technology is here, but the issues are so tremendous that this is where Google Plus is getting trashed, is because of it's Google, right? How can they mess up? You know, they're not Microsoft, they're not Facebook, they're kind of Apple-ish, but people put them so high up that they're like, you know, oh, this is going to be the best thing, and $200, and Sergey showed up. You think that was real? Did we see an actual demo, or are we just becoming little extra mouthpieces for Google because we want to be in their favor? I'm very concerned about this.
I wish you would have been on, and we could have had you on to say that, actually.
Well, I wasn't. I haven't worked on my talking points. You know, it's like you cruise around the social networks and you deal with things like this. I'm still dealing with trying to explain Pinterest in a coherent fashion that really smart people who should be getting it don't. It's hard.
You and me both.
It's very hard being an evangelist for various tech.
I have no doubt in my mind that Sergey Brin did this to counter the iPhone and the bar stint. And the question of that actually working, because he never really took off the glasses and gave it to anybody to try out, and that's one of the things that Scoble asked him if he could wear them, and Brin said no. So I'm guessing that was just a box on a pair of glasses.
Should the Columbia teen charged with shooting another teen be tried as an adult? That's a question that prosecutors are asking today after the death of 17-year-old Columbia teen Brian Rankin. Rankin was shot Saturday morning, and police arrested the 15-year-old suspect fewer than 5 hours later. KOMA's Kyle Tonates joins us live from the Boone County Juvenile's Office with that information.
I do think it would be quite a funny scene is it Robert Scoble's trying to get hold of the glasses and he's having his hand slapped away every time. Says, no, they're only configured to me.
Chris Belcher.
It's only my retina that can pick up.
And I've known Robert for years, and let me tell you, I love him dearly as a friend, but I do not want him to evangelize technology that might not be ready to be evangelized yet because of his own industry ADD. You know, how many times has some famous blogger said, I am quitting X and moving to Y?
Yeah.
Like they've done with G+, they've done it about 18 times before.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, come on, guys. Yeah.
All right, still trying to get some details on that Rockbridge lockdown that has been lifted. KMUH's Todd Dominio joins us now live. And Todd, I believe you have Chris Belcher there with you, the district superintendent.
Yeah, I'd love to be in multiple positions that Scoble's normally into to capture the news. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, guys everywhere. It's kind of like Slash. There's got to be more than one of them.
I worked on a small short story where Scoble was actually a product designed by 12 people. You ever done fiction writing or video game playing? You can design people. Convincing, average, normal, everyday Joes.
Yeah.
And how did it turn out? Did you make him exceptional?
No, I made him average. The deal was how to make a conspiracy theory. The truth has to be pushed so far out into the future because of the mundane details of everyday stuff.
Well, what's his face? Mike Elgin was doing a hangout one day, and I jumped in there. Okay. And he was in his living room with the little door behind him that goes under the stairway.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to him, I go, hey, Mike, I go, is that little room under there for Scoble to stay in when he's not out running around? He goes, no, I keep the evil Scoble under there.
All right, so there you heard it right from the horse's mouth there from Chris Belcher on that lockdown. Has been lifted at Rockbridge High School. Thanks to everyone in our hangout today. We appreciate you talking about Google Glasses. Interesting discussion going on about the cons of Google Glasses that you might want to tune in and listen to that as well. Before we go, we have music from the Gold Bugs. This is Star in the Corner of the Sky.
And Access Hollywood is next. Here's to you.
The Gold Bugs.
Gold Bugs, local music. Thank you, guys. My apologies, I was distracted today. We had some breaking news with a lockdown, and so we had all of these high school students texting me, asking what's going on, and we were trying to get that information. So it lifted during our newscast, and we were able to get the superintendent on at the end to tell us what was going on. But that just goes to show you the new evolution of, and these high school kids who are our future news consumers, they are absolutely not waiting for any kind of television broadcast. They're not even waiting for social media. They are DMing and hitting up their local news anchors on all of the social sites and saying, I'm in my classroom and it's locked down. Tell me what I need to know. So that's I kind of find that fascinating.
That is, yeah, definitely.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. We were talking about the pros and the cons of Google Glasses. Have you read any about that?
I did. I read about it. It sounds pretty intriguing. Looks like a great idea, especially if they make it like an add-on for prescription glasses like I have.
Yeah.
1 out of every 2 people wears glasses. Isn't that the statistic?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it? Does that not? Well, they even talk about contacts. I mean, they have contacts now that have the ability to measure your eye pressure and blood. Like your blood pressure, like for medical tests and things like that. So, I mean, who knows what the future holds in that respect? I have not heard anything about them being prescription, though. Have you?
No, you'd have to. They'd need to. A lot of gaming goggles, snow goggles, things like that. You'll have to. Sometimes they'll have like prescription adapters for lenses to fit in. People with glasses know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You always have to add extra stuff. There's even gaming glasses that I don't think they can be made into prescription because of the special treatment of them.
Interesting. Well, Jeffrey, I appreciate you weighing in today, and Eric and Martin as well. Thanks for sharing your sentiments. Yeah,
not a problem. You know, we should probably talk and see if you guys are interested in actually doing kind of a hangout segment that's more, you know, like a 30-minute show that you would show on like a Saturday morning or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely happy to talk with you about that. And are you talking specifically tech, or what other content?
I don't know. It would be up to you what you guys would want to talk about. If you want to keep it more local to the Missouri area, or if you want to broaden it out, maybe take some phone callers or something like that.
Yeah,
and,
that is on our radar, and that's interesting that you mention it. For instance, here in the coming weeks, we're going to do something called the G10 Summit, and it's going to be basically people all over the world joining our hangout to talk about global issues. We had a first trial run last week, essentially, but this show is essentially a local show, but we need, obviously, content that feeds our following, and we as a local news organization are kind of on the fence about what do you do when you have a following outside of mid-Missouri, but yet you only have the ability through this local program to provide them local content. And I fully recognize that you don't want to hear about the Columbia City Council meeting, and I don't blame you, and we definitely need to get on board as far as providing some content. And I think what you mentioned about either a Saturday morning or maybe even a Sunday evening program that had some discussion in that respect would be great.
Yeah, I proposed that same idea to my local station, and they didn't really jump at it. So if you guys are willing to hear something out, we can always get together and put something together. Have 4 or 5 people on, so if somebody asks a question that I won't be able to answer, there's somebody else on the panel that could.
Mm-hmm. And are you thinking specifically tech then?
It could be tech. It could be social media. It could, you know, we don't have to stick to the those main topics. But if somebody comes on and asks about the political race, I would have no idea how to answer it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and there are people on the platform actually who would be great for political discussions as well. So you bring up a great idea. I appreciate all of you sharing your time with me and your sentiment. And I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Yes, and you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Guys.
See you all.
All right, guys. See you later.
Cheers. Bye.